Hi everyone, we've got a differentiation question here that turns into numerical methods. Now, looking at this question here, what does it say? We've got it says figure 1 shows a sketch of the curve with the equation c, and we're given the equation and we've got to show that dy by dx is equal to this. Now, I first of all thought that maybe we could use the quotient rule on this, but when we use the quotient rule on this, it starts getting a little bit complicated because of the way that we've got all these roots, and you could use the quotient rule on it, but the maths is a little bit more complicated. What we can think about very often is when you've got a plus in the numerator, you can divide it into two fractions. So I'm wondering whether actually just breaking this fraction up in this way might not be the most straightforward way to do it. So I've broken up the 4x squared add x into 4x squared add x separately. Okay, so 4 over 2 is going to be 2, and x to the power x squared divided by x to the half is going to be like x to the 4 over 2 take away x to the half. So that is going to be x to the 3 over 2, and this one is going to be a half x to the power of a half. And now look at that, that's a lot nicer to deal with. Okay, there we go. So now we can differentiate this. Dy by dx is now going to equal 2 times by 3 over 2 x to the power of a half plus a quarter x to the minus a half minus 4 over x when we differentiate the 4 ln x. So there's an expression for our dy by dx. So let's just see what we've got. So we've got 2 times, oh no, that cancels. So we've got 3x to the power of a half plus 1 over 4 root x minus 4 over x. We can see we've got a common denominator of x root x. So let's multiply everything by the bits that it's missing. So think of that over 1. So this first term, we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 4x root x, because that's what we're going to have as our denominator, 4x root x. So we've got 4x root x times by 3 to the power of a half, plus this one's missing the x, plus x, minus this one's is missing the 4 and the root x, so 4 root x. And all of that is going to be over 4x root x. So just to recap, this one was missing the 4 root x and the x. So I times the numerator and the denominator of this one by 4 root x times by x. Okay, 4 root x times by x. And that's where this expression here in the numerator has come from. And we've got a denominator now of 4x root x. This one had the 4 and the root x, but it was missing the x. So I times the numerator and denominator of this one by x. So 1 times x, that's where that x has come from. And this one was missing the 4 and the root x from the numerator and denominator. So I times that by 4 root x. So let's tidy everything up now. What have we got here? We have now got 4 times 3 is 12. Root x times root x is x, and x times x is x squared. So we've got 12x squared plus x minus, I've got there, oh yes, so we've got minus 4 times by that 4 root x, so there should be a times 4 there as well. So minus 16 root x over 4x root x as required. So we basically got there in the end. And I think that that is the most straightforward approach, to break that down into two separate fractions like that. You can do it, there's lots of ways you could do it. You could change it into a product and do it as a product, or you could do the quotient rule, but I think that one, algebraically splitting it, turns into the most straightforward way of doing it. Now, it says the point P shown in figure 1 is the minimum turning point on C. Show that x is a coordinate. Show that the x coordinate of P is a solution to that equation. So what they're getting at here is that this dy by dx should be taken and put equal to 0 for a turning point. Now, the only way that this expression here can equal 0 is if the numerator is 0. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say, let's imagine we can essentially imagine that 12 x squared plus x minus 16 root x equals 0. We can divide this whole thing by root x to get 12 x to the 3 over 2 plus x to the half minus 16 equals 0. Does that help us? Oh yes, because we're trying to show that it's a solution to that thing. So okay, that's looking not bad. So we need to just like kind of rearrange this to sort of like get it to be have x as the subject. So we're going to try and isolate this bit, I think, and then in the end we'll put it to the power of 2 over 3. So if I was going to isolate that bit, I would add 16 over to the right hand side, and I would subtract that root x. So 16 minus root x, like so. And then I would divide both, so I've taken that over to the right, I've taken that over to the right as well. Then I would divide by 12, so 12 like so, is equal to x to the power of 3 over 2. Now 16 over 12 we can divide by a common factor of 4, that is the same as 4 over 3. So we've got, it's looking good, isn't it? We've got 4 over 3 minus root x over 12, all to the power of 1 is equal to x to 3 over 2. Now if I want to make x the subject of this equation, I would put both sides to the power of 2 over 3. So when I put that to the power of 2 over 3, 3 over 2 times 2 over 3 is 1, so I end up with x is equal to 4 over 3 minus root x over 12 to the power of 2 over 3 as required. And that is part B done. Quite nice. Part C, use the iteration formula xn add 1 is equal to that, starting with 2 to find the value of x2 to 5 decimal places, and then to find the x coordinate of p to 5 decimal places. Okay, so this is the program that's into our calculators with our spam equals. So I'm going to put 2 in and press equals. So I've programmed 2 into my calculator. I'm then going to put in the expression, so 4/3, so 4 over 3, like so, minus fraction button again. It is going to be answer, and it's going to be answer to the power of a whole. It's going to be root answer, so let's delete that and let's press root answer. There we go, root answer, over 12, and then that whole expression is to the power of 2 over 3, so we need a bracket round this whole thing here. So let's have a bracket round the whole thing, going all the way back over here, like so, and then that's going to be to the power of 2/3, power of 2 over 3, like that. So we've programmed that whole thing into our calculator. So when I press equals one time now, we're going to get x2. So we've just got to write down the x2 to 5 decimal places. So x2 is equal to 1.1389, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to be 4, like that. So that's our answer. That's our x2 to 5 decimal places. Now for the next bit, it says we've got to give the x coordinate to 5 decimal places. So that means we just need to keep on pressing equals until such a time as the number's not going to change anymore. There we go, it's settled down to that solution. So I just now need to write that down to 5 decimal places. So that's going to be 1.15650, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and that's that done. Okay, that is that question done. I hope you found that helpful. If you're finding these videos useful, if you could remember to subscribe to the channel, that's going to help me keep on making more videos moving forward. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.